So, what if anyone who wishes to be of public service, in other words, to be elected to public service, before they start a campaign, that they actually were required to do a few weeks of gentle detoxification and purification of their cellular structure and their systems? How would that change our public officials or the elected officials? And I also am asking, what if this also applied to civil servants? And I choose to use the word servants because I believe that when we go into government or when we go into any kind of public forum to work, we're there to serve each other, the community, not the elites, and definitely not the corporate societies. So, what if, before these people got elected or even were able to start a campaign, a political campaign, they all had to go through a process of detoxification and there would be places for them to go for that? What if we had detox centers all over in every community where people would go and have a strong cellular detox and regeneration of their cells? How would that change their own outlook? How would that change their own sense of self? And therefore, how would that change how they vote and what policies were enacted on our behalf? What if we actually created schools that existed not to give out grants or just to also give tests and exams to students, but what if we were more like the Finnish educational system? For example, in Finland, there's free universal childcare in preschool until age 7. United States, 60% of poorest children get no preschool. In Finland, there are no private schools or equitable funding for all schools. In the United States, there's private schools for the rich and public schools for the poor. In Finland, teachers are paid the same as doctors and lawyers are paid. In the United States, teachers are paid as little as possible. In Finland, most students never, ever take a standardized test. In the United States, high stakes on standardized tests every single year create a lot of anxiety and turmoil for children. And if the child is in a home, an unstable home, a dysfunctional home, they cannot study the same way as a child who is in a more balanced home or a happy home. They're not going to get the same results in their exams. How can they possibly do so? And if they don't have teachers that care enough because the teacher's exhausted and tired and overworked all the time. So there are some exceptional teachers in the United States, exceptional. And they do really remarkable things with their students, but they need the support. So I say, what if, again, look at Finland, where a teacher in Finland explains why her country's school system is the best in the world. She says, we pay teachers like doctors. Students enjoy over an hour of recess, and there's no mandatory testing, the opposite of what America does. Still, looking at Finland, the US system, and the Finnish educational models. Very interesting, because in the US, the US forces to pledge the flag against your will, whereas in Finland, there are frequent breaks from studying to keep students engaged and no standardized texting. In the US, prioritizes personal opinions like the dress code over bullying and other threats to student society. In Finland, the right to go to the bathroom is respected. This is really important. Underperforming students are given appropriate support. There's cooperation that is taught over competition. They're not taught about competition. as much as the United States. Instead, corporation has much more of a strong focus. And there's quality control on the staff and on the teachers. There's less homework and more outside work, and psychological counseling is available for everyone, whereas in the United States, mental illness, a societal norm and obligate is a societal norm. It's just normal. Now that people proclaim mental illness, it's almost like a badge of honor. What if instead of feeding children artificial things from corporations, we instead took children to farms and we taught them how to grow their own foods and what food looks like, and we taught them to harvest? And what if we taught them to actually honor the farm workers and farmers, especially the organic and biodynamic farmers? What if we taught children foraging, wild foraging? What if we taught children that their emotions are valid and to express their emotion? We teach them how to express and channel their emotions in an extremely beneficial way, in a healthy way. What if we stopped buying bottled water and instead started eating a lot of fruits? What if we realized that we are magnificent, powerful beings, and we started acting as such? So I will continue doing some more of these elegantly tidbits with these what ifs. And I invite you to add your own in the comments below. Click the subscribe and the notification buttons, please, so we can continue this. And thanks for joining in today in my what ifs. I've got lots more, and please let me see which ones you add to this. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and see you same time, same platform every weekday, Monday to Fridays.